Invalid and unconstitutional, the court's ruling on the move to discontinue Zimbabwean exemption permits. Denying using lottery money to fund his lifestyle, Mbalula spills the beans on 702.
Our lives are not up for debate, should not be up for debate.
Activist Bev Ditzi on what she calls Julius Malema's political scoring and flip-flopping over gay rights, and developments in the public shooting between police officers on the streets of Johannesburg. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. These are the top stories.
This is Eyewitness News.
An important moment for human rights in the country and those living here illegally.
In 2021, Home Affairs Minister Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi announced that the ZDP program, which has been in existence for more than a decade now, would be discontinued. The move prompted a public outcry and court action from various civil society organizations, including the Helen Suzman Foundation. Today, the Pretoria High Court has upheld the challenge the foundation launched, finding that proper public consultation didn't take place beforehand, that the minister didn't consider ZDP holders, their families and their children ahead of making the decision, and that the decision unjustifiably limits the rights of ZDP holders. The matter has now been referred back to the minister to consider afresh. Bernadette Wicks, Eyewitness News.
The Pretoria High Court has declared Home Affairs Minister Aaron Motsoaledi's decision to discontinue the Zimbabwean exemption permits unconstitutional and invalid. That also means Home Affairs cannot arrest or deport Zimbabweans without valid ZDPs. The mop-up operation in KZN is well underway. At least 3 people have been confirmed dead following yesterday's tornado and severe rains. People's homes and public infrastructure have been badly affected, with several informal dwellings washed away. Government officials are currently conducting inspections in the affected areas. National Sea Rescue Institute crew members have rescued a motorist stuck in a tree in the Mbalula River in Pinetown. The organisation says at least 4 vehicles have reportedly been washed off the Mbalula River Bridge.
One vehicle had reported being stuck against a tree where the local adult male driver had managed to free himself from the vehicle. He had climbed the tree to escape the fast-flowing flooded river that had broken its banks. On arrival on the scene, it was determined that the Heater Nichols Drive side of the Mbalula River was under heavy floods. Heater Nickel Drive Bridge was at least a metre under fast-flowing water.
Police watchdog IPID is yet to make arrests following a very public shooting between police officers outside a Johannesburg club. A JMPD officer was shot allegedly by a SAPS officer during an altercation in Braamfontein in the early hours of Monday morning. He died on the scene. In a number of videos making the rounds on social media, the man believed to be a JMPD officer is seen with a gun in hand trying to pull the SAPS officer out the car, inviting him to a fight. Moments later, 6 gunshots are fired and the JMPD officer can be seen on the ground with a bloody chest. IPID said it's investigating a case of murder and interviewing all the witnesses at the scene.
Metro police officer allegedly assaulted the SAPS member who was sitting in the car at the time, and thereafter the SAPS member discharged his weapon towards him. He was killed in the process, the Metro police officer. The IPD is investigating currently. No one has been arrested as yet.
ANC Secretary-General Mbalula says he's never stayed in the house he's accused of buying with 3 million rands of lottery money. Ground Up yesterday reported that former National Lotteries Commission's Philemon Letwaba's wife, Rebotile Malomane, had made the claim in an affidavit. Mbalula says he prefers to deal with it legally. The report into the issue cites sources who say Mbalula lived at the property briefly and hosted his 45th birthday there.
I don't stay in that property. I have never stayed there. I've told this gentleman. And then he says, security guards, in my street have seen me stay there. And then he's got the audacity. I challenged him. And there are answers I gave him. I said, as a matter of fact, I've never stayed there.
A political ticket and flip-flopping. That's what LGBTQI plus activist Bev Diepsloot labels Julius Malema's hosting of anti-gay Professor Patrick Lumumba to help celebrate the EFF's birthday. Malema, just a few months ago, draped himself in the queer flag as he led a march in protest against Uganda's anti-gay bill, which advocates the death penalty against some homosexuals.
It is about political scoring, and it is sad. Because it doesn't feel like there's a backbone there.
You can find the full politricking interview with Sidi Madia on our website. Diepsloot residents plan to keep protesting until they are heard. They're not satisfied with the president's response to their demands. Residents say they're fed up with high levels of crime, no police presence, lack of water, electricity, sanitation, and poor housing.
We are not impressed. All what we want is time frames. To say, when is the president coming to Diepsloot?
Yes.
We are not going home. We are not going to sleep.
Yes.
Because going home, we are getting killed.
Yes.
And that's it from me, Jane Dutton. Remember to like and subscribe.
Eyewitness News. In touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.